Good evening, my dear students. Continuing with our discussion on index number, let's see cost of living index number. Before we enter the topic, let's find out what is cost of living. Cost of living is the cost of maintaining a certain standard of living. If we want a particular standard of living, we need a proportionate amount to maintain that standard of living. So there is some monetary cost, which is cost of living. And cost of living is different for different sections of a society. In a society there are different classes of people. People who are in the working class, people who are in the business class, or say those who are in the higher income group. Okay, accordingly the cost of living would be different. Cost of living index number is constructed to measure and study the changes in the cost of living of people from different sections of the society due to the fluctuations in prices. Thus, the number showing the percentage of relative changes in the cost of living of the people of a certain section of the society in the current year as compared to the base year is called the cost of living index number. Here you have to understand that as I said earlier, the cost of living index number would be different for different classes of people, and it is the percentage of relative changes in the cost of living of the people from base year to current year. So this is what is simply cost of living index number. The cost of living index number is prepared separately for the people of different sections of the society. For example, a family spends 15,000 rupees per month for their living in the year 2012, and the same family spends 18,000 rupees per month for their living in the year 2014 for the same lifestyle. There, the cost of living index number can be obtained as follows. Cost of living index number is equal to current year monthly expenditure divided by base year monthly expenditure multiplied by 100, which is 18,000 divided by 15,000 into 100. So we get it as 120. Here 20% increase has happened in the cost of living of this particular family from the base year to the current year. So index number of cost of living is actually calculated from different section to section of the people, and that is the point which you have to remember. Now, construction of cost of living index number. We should keep a few points in our mind while we think about the construction of cost of living index number. First of all, we should be knowing the purpose. Purpose is very important. Okay, because we are going to have the cost of living index number for different sections of the society, and therefore the purpose is very important. Otherwise we will end up with wrong calculations or irrelevant figures, etc. Number 2 is the family budget inquiry. How much does a family spend on various sections of their family expenditure is important. Each family may have expenditures on food, clothing, house rent, fuel or electricity, and miscellaneous items. So these are the five headings, five heads actually of expenses or cost: food, clothing, house rent, fuel, and miscellaneous items. So we have to consider these five factors when you talk about the family budget inquiry. Then third point is availability of prices of items. The retail price of items are collected from the areas of the residents of the people from the class families for whom the cost of living index number is to be prepared. as far as possible, these prices should be collected from the standard or government approved shops. The average price of items should be taken into consideration when the prices obtained from various shops are different, at different times are different. Therefore, regarding availability prices, we should understand that we should collect the prices from government approved shops. Okay, and average is to be taken, and we may have to take it from different areas and at different times. Then another point is base year. Base year, as such, we have discussed earlier. We said base year should be a normal year. So 2020, for example, cannot be taken as a base year for calculations in future, because then 2020 is not a normal year. We had a lot of fluctuations in prices, economic development, and there are many other factors. So this is not going to be a normal year, and therefore such an year should not be selected as the base year. The price relatives are found as follows for each item by taking the retail price of the normal year as the base year prices. Price relative as such is equal to P1 upon P0, and I is equal to P1 upon P0 into 100. So P1 means current year's price, retail price, and P0 is the retail price of the item in the base year. So that way it is calculated. Then another important point is selection of average. It is necessary to find the general price relative from the price relatives of different items. A proper average should be used for this purpose. Theoretically, the geometric mean is the ideal average for the construction of index number. Theoretically, geometric mean is the ideal average, but its calculation is a bit difficult, and therefore in practical field we take weighted mean as the suitable average for a construction of index number. So if you are asked a question in exam, theoretically which mean is considered to be ideal for construction index number, you have to say it is geometric mean. But for practical purposes, we use weighted mean, as calculation of geometric mean is difficult. Next point is weight. The importance of different items selected in the construction of index number is not the same, because we attach different importance to different items. The number associated with items in proportion to their importance is called weight. So what is weight? The number associated with items in proportion to their importance. These weights can be of two types: implicit weight and explicit weight. This is also important from the exam point of view. Implicit weight is an indirect method of assigning weights. According to this method, weights are determined as per the number of varieties of different items selected. How many varieties are available? Say for example, when you talk about rice, how many varieties of rice are available in the market? Accordingly, the weight is decided. Then explicit weight. This is a direct method of assigning weights. The weights of items expressed numerically in proportion to their importance. In this method, the weights of items are determined according to the consumption, sale, production, or the expenditure for that item. Thus, the weights given in accordance with the importance of the items are called explicit weight. Okay. So, in implicit weight, number of varieties we are considering for assigning weight, whereas in explicit weight, the importance of the items are considered. Okay, and accordingly explicit weight is assigned. So please study implicit weight and explicit weight properly. Now there are two methods of assigning explicit weight. Okay, one is the method of total expenditure, and the other one is method of family budget. Okay, method of total expenditure is just the same as that of Laspier's formula or Paasche formula. Which base year we are taking, base year quantity is taken, that is important. base year quantity or current year quantity, which one we are taking, accordingly the formula will differ. Okay, so that is the method called total expenditure method. So two formulae are there, either last year's formula or past year's formula, depending on the base year. Okay, base year quantity or current year quantity, which item we are taking as the weight, accordingly it will differ. Then method of family budget. As we had seen earlier, a family budget is taken from different areas, and the figures which we get is used for calculation of index number. Here index number is equal to I equals sigma IW upon sigma W. Here sigma is taken as common for both. Then I means P1 upon P0 into 100. So that is what you see down here, P1 upon P0 into 100. And W means P0 Q0. Okay. And sigma W is sigma P0 Q0. So we get that formula. IW meaning is this. So when you complete that calculation, we get it as a what, sigma P1 Q0 upon sigma P0 Q0 into 100, which is same as that of last year's formula. So index number according to family budget method is calculated this way. Okay, any of this formula would be used there. Now you are given an illustration. Find the cost of living index number by family budget method from the following information about index numbers of different groups of items for living and their weights. Items for living, a group is food items, clothing, electricity, house rent, miscellaneous. 5 heads are there. Index number given is 281, 177, 178, 210, 242. Weight is 46, 10, 7, 12 and 25. So index number is given, weight is given. So what you have to do, just multiply that these two and get the figures. So index number for different groups of items are given here. 5 items are given, so accordingly you will calculate group first, food items, clothing, electricity, house rent and miscellaneous. Index number would be as is given, 281, 177 etc. Weight also is given. So what you have to simply do is multiply. So IW you have to calculate and find the total. The summation is 24,512. So the formula comes like this. Index number is equal to sigma IW upon sigma W, 24,512 upon 100, which is 245.12. So again here what is the difference? 242.12 minus 100, it is 145.12 percentage is the rise in the total expenditure of the current year as compared to the base year. Okay, so that is a very simple question based on the formula IW upon W. Now continuing with the next illustration, calculate the cost of living index number by the total expenditure method and its family budget method for 2015 with the base year 2014 using the following data: item, unit, quantity, price and price in 2015. These are the details available. Items are wheat, rice, tur dal, oil, cloth and kerosene. Unit is quintal, kg, liter, meter and liter. These are all basic units, so nothing much to do about that. Then quantity in the base year is given, price in the base year is given, price in the current year is given. So current year quantity is not given, therefore we will apply Q0 system here. That is very important. Okay, and when you work out this sum, you will get the answer like this. See, method of total expenditure, year 2014 Q0 is given. Okay, Q0 and P0 both are given here, and then P1, that is year 2015. Next we can calculate P0 Q0 and P0 P1 Q0. This way when you multiply the figures given, you will get this last column filled, and there what you do, total expenditure method formula we have to apply. Okay, and then family budget method. So total expenditure method is clear here, so that is one. Then method of family budget. So family budget means we have to find out I and W. I is equal to P1 upon P0 into 100. W is P0 Q0. Okay, that calculation you have to show here, and you will get IW. Once you get IW, your next step is to apply the formula, and this is the formula. Okay, like that we can get it. So I think that is clear to you.